Chapter 13, Section 13.4 Conditional Probability. What is the conditional probability of two events? The probability that B occurs given that A occurs is called the conditional probability of B given A. And we can write down this probability of B given A equal probability of B and A divided by probability of A. Let me write this down again. Probability of B given A equal probability of B and A divided by probability of A. And also you can write probability of A given B equal probability of A and B divided by probability of B. Make sure you know this probability of A and B equal probability of B and A. These are the same. Here, what is the condition? Condition is here. For this one, condition is A. And the second one, condition is B. Now, what is the condition mean? Let me explain this using this diagram. Suppose your friend live in this house, the greenhouse, and your friend's friend live in this black house. Usually, you don't go to this house directly, but when you go to your friend's house, you go with your friend to this house. Then you can say, if I visit my friend, I will visit his friend as well. Then, what is the condition? Condition is if I go to meet my friend. That is the condition. If you go to this house, then probably you go to this house. So, we are going to talk about this type of problem in this section. Let me explain example 8. A pair coin is tossed 2 times. What is the probability that the second coin is head if you know that at least one head appears? First, let me write down the sample space. Sample space for this experiment is head head, head tail, tail head, tail tail. And I need to define 2 events. What are those 2 events? Here, what is the probability that the second coin is a head? Okay, I use this event as A. So, A equals second coin is a head. That means first can be head or first can be tail, but second must be head. Then next event, at least one head appears. I define is B. B is at least one head appear. It can be one head or 2 head, right? So this is the event B. What is the probability that the second coin is a head? Right. It is asking the probability that the second coin is a head. If you stop reading here, then you will find the probability of A. But you have a condition. You have a condition here if you know that at least one head appears. So now we know the B is the condition. Therefore, condition should go here. That is the probability they are asking. Probability A given B. Then how do we write this? The equation is probability A intersection B divided by probability of B. Now we need to find the probabilities of these events, and if we don't know some event, we have to find. Yes, we have probability of B. What is the probability of B? B has only 3 elements and the element of the S is 4, therefore 3/4. That is the probability of B. Now we need to find the probability of A intersection B. So I need to first write down the elements for A intersection B. What are the elements of A intersection B? You know HH is common and TH is common. Therefore HH and TH. That is the A intersection B. Now we can find the probability of A intersection B. So that is 2 out of 4. Now we can go to the equation probability A given B equal intersection is 2 over 4 and this is 3 over 4. So you can cancel 4, then answer is 2/3. So that is the probability A given B. Now let me explain example number 9. If you watch my previous videos, you know I already discussed this problem. But I am going to use different methods to explain this problem here. Motor vehicles sold in the United States are classified as either cars or light trucks and as either domestic or imported. Light trucks include SUVs and minivans. Domestic means made in Canada, Mexico, or the United States, so that a Toyota made in Canada counts as domestic. In a recent year, 77% of the new vehicles sold to individuals were domestic. 52 were light trucks. 44 were domestic light trucks. Choose a vehicle sale at random. Find the following probability. Now let me put given information into a table. How many groups we should consider? 4 groups. 2 are light trucks, a truck and cars, and other 2 domestic and imported. And I use the last column for the total. And I use the last row for the total as well. Now go back to the problem and observe the given informations. You see 77% individual were domestic. So that means probability of domestic equal 0.77. Domestic is in this column, total is 0.77. It doesn't matter cars or light truck. Therefore, we write this one here 0.77. Next one, 52 were light trucks. So total truck is 0.52 probability. Let me write down probability of truck is 0.52. So total of the truck is here. Therefore, this is 0.52. Then 44% were domestic light trucks. How do we fill this one? Domestic light trucks. If you write down here in notation probability of domestic and truck, that is 0.44. So in the table we know this is the domestic and this is the truck. Therefore the domestic light truck is here 0.44, that is the intersection of domestic and light truck. These are the only informations we have. Now how do we fill the rest of the table? We can fill this one here next. How do we fill this one? We know the total probability of domestic is 0.77 and domestic truck is 0.44. Then what is the probability of domestic cars? It is 0.33. So 0.33 go here. Once you have that, we can go to the next in the here. How do we calculate that number? We know the probability of the sample space is always 1. Therefore, this one should be 1. Now, we know probability of truck is 0.52 and total is 1. probability of the sample space is 1, right? Then we subtract 0.52 from 1, that is 0.48. Therefore, we know this is 0.48. Now we can go to this. How do we feel that? We know the truck probability of truck 0.52, and we know probability of domestic truck 0.44. So subtract 0.44 from 0.52, it is 0.08. Now you can go to this one. The similar way, we know total probability of cars 0.48 and probability of domestic cars 0.33, then subtract, so that is 0.15. Then total you can add them together, which is 0.23. Then go to the first one. What is the probability that a randomly chosen vehicle is a light truck? We already know it. Probability of light truck is 0.52. Next, what is the probability that randomly chosen vehicle is light truck? Right. Now, I stop reading at this point. If I stop at that point, the question is probability that a randomly chosen vehicle is a light truck, it is a truck. So that is the probability I find. Actually, it is here if I stop at that point. But keep reading, given the information that is important. Given the information, it means it is the condition. What is the condition then? Important. Then how do we find this one? Probability of truck and imported divided by probability of imported. It is from the equation. Then how do we find the probability of truck and imported? Okay, truck, this one is the truck. Imported is this column. We need the intersection. So what is the intersection? Intersection is the 0.08, right? Therefore, this is 0.08. Then we need probability of I, imported. What is the total probability of imported? It is here, right? Therefore, it is what? It is 0.23. That is the probability of imported. So this is 8 over 23. You can write down this as a decimals 0.35. So that is the probability of truck given it is imported. Now go to the third one. What is the conditional probability that a randomly chosen vehicle is imported? And now they are asking probability of imported. But you have a condition given the information that it is a truck. We know now it is a truck, that is the condition. So how do we find this? Probability of imported and truck divided by probability of truck. Again, how do we find the probability of imported and truck? We know that already, but let me explain it again. We need the intersection. We consider the I column, this one, right? That is the I. Then consider the T, this one, and get the number at the intersection, which is 0.08. So we can write 0.08 divided by next one, probability of T. How do we find the probability of T? It means probability of truck, right? So this is the T. Total is here 52. Therefore, you can write probability of T is 0.52. So then we can simplify this 2 over 13. This is 0.6667.